The Loyola Ramblers women's soccer team is one of the best offensive teams in the country, riding a 6-match winning streak as well. The Ramblers are 9-3 overall, including a 2-0 mark in Valley play thus far. Right now, I'm pleased to be joined by the head coach of the Loyola Ramblers, Coach Barry Bimbi. Coach, how are you doing today, sir?
Great, Derek. Thanks for having me.
Well, I appreciate you taking time. You guys have just been phenomenal to start out the season this far, and I guess start out. We're middle of the season now. Like I said, you guys are 9-3. It's not really the early part, but the early part of the conference part of the schedule, with you guys being 2-0. But you guys have been just amazing on the offensive end. I've got some stats, but I'm just sort of curious. Get your thoughts on just how the season has played out for you guys so far in 2017.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things you dream about as coaches, having that offensive power on your team. But so much credit goes to this group and all the work we did during the spring training. The spring season, we worked on formation, just individual players' development, and they really kind of bought into it's about the team. Jenna, I think, leads us with 8 goals, but we've had 11, 12 different goal scorers, and they know, hey, the harder we work, the more balls we put in dangerous areas, the better the chance that the ball is going to go in the net. And they're making hard runs, and they're really playing for each other, and the goals are really spread out amongst the group.
I'm glad you said those two statements: playing for each other and the goals spread out amongst the group. Because I focused in on team stats, and I went onto the NCAA's website, and I found some things that I wanted to pull out. And I want to get your reaction to these. Scoring offense, you guys are third in the country. Assists per game, you're tied for ninth. Total assists, you're tied for third. Points per game, you're third. Total points, you're tied for second. And of course, total goals, you're second. All those are national rankings. So you're top 10 in a handful of rankings there on the offensive side. Your expression there on camera, you're like shocked. Just you see.
Those are all good for people like you. Yeah,
Sure.
We worry about the number that's on the left-hand column on the standings.
And that's what's going right. The 6-match winning streak is what's got you guys going in the right direction. But man, I guess you said in your first part of your statement that you guys are having a lot of people put the ball in the back of the net.
Yeah.
Any different part of that strategy that's coming from last year to this year, or just the experience part of it?
Well, we know, especially in Valley play, Jenna Sesney gets a ton of the attention. She's a big, strong forward with a ton of speed. With the way we're playing and the style we're playing and everyone scoring goals, they can't just zero in on Jenna right now. Goals are coming from everywhere. They're set pieces, run of play, crazy bounces, whatever it takes right now. The ball's going in the net for us. And, we kind of joke with people that say, hey, you guys are scoring goals. Well, yeah, we don't like to talk about it because we want it to dry up. What happens at Fight Club, stays at Fight Club.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we try not to talk about it too much and just kind of keep working on the details at training every day.
Now, your roster, your makeup of 5 seniors, 7 juniors, and I also want to touch on newcomers. But if you can, for the folks that haven't seen you guys play this year, touch on some of the individuals that make up your team this year, and specifically some of those upperclassmen.
Yeah, the upperclassmen, one that sticks out right away is obviously Jenna, scoring 8 goals, being a huge part of what we're doing offensively. Madison Kimball has kind of moved around her first couple of years. I think we found a home for her at outside back right now. She's an athletic girl. She likes to get forward and has played in more kind of a midfield attacking roles in the past. So having that mentality as an outside back, I think we found a home for her. And Sienna Cruz, as a sophomore, she made the all-freshman team last year, has given us really good minutes in the middle. And just the understanding, it kind of gets lost in the shuffle a little bit from last year's team is a lot of times we started 4, 5, sometimes 6 freshmen last year, which is not ideal for any team. But the product of it is a lot of those girls got valuable minutes last year, kind of took our lumps, with the win-loss record. But now it's kind of showing, they're understanding how to win games. They understand all those little things it takes to win games, and it's about the team. It's about playing together. Not one person's going to win this league. It's going to be the best team.
You touched on the fact that they took their lumps as underclassmen this year. You do have 2 newcomers and amongst a handful of other newcomers, but they have already been Valley Newcomer of the Week. Jenna Ross earned that honor back on September 11th, and now this week's Valley Newcomer Week is Lindsay Hardiman. The experience they're gaining, learning from these upperclassmen, has got to be key for the development for them going on.
Yeah, for sure. we knew there were talented players coming in. Jenna Ross is really kind of playing out of position. She's always been kind of an outside back, and with the emergence of Madison Kimball, we moved her into the midfield. So now she has a junior leader behind her, just kind of giving her direction, and she's really played well. I think she still leads the Valley in assists. And if you get the chance to talk to her, she's all about the team. She's a very team-oriented player. She'll be the first one cheering for her teammates, if she's not on the field. And then Lindsay, I think she kind of is the straw that stirs the drink a little bit for us. She's very good technically. We know we can roll the ball into her in the midfield. She's very good at reading the game, switching to point of attack. So for a freshman, it's been a nice surprise that she's been able to step up in that role. And don't forget, we have another freshman in the starting lineup, Gopika Patel, started every game as center back for us. So getting great contributions from that freshman class.
I believe you guys have one more non-conference game in the schedule later on, but it's Valley play for the most part here on out. This race has gotten interesting here, even in the early part of it. Northern Iowa with the big win over Illinois State, the preseason favorite. I know how the coaches think about preseason polls, and I said it's just for people like me, like you said.
Yep. Yep.
But this race is turning into something interesting already in the early going, with Northern Iowa proving to be a pretty quality team already, getting some notoriety in the regional rankings along with you guys. It's always been a tough battle, and we see that every year, especially when we get to the conference tournament. Anybody's game when we get into November. How do you think this Valley race might shape up?
Yeah, I mean, from going 2-0 on Friday night and watching the two games on Saturday, we were definitely rooting for a couple ties. So they split the points. Northern Iowa got the goal in overtime to win against Illinois State, and then Valpo, 27 seconds to go in the game, got the winner. So for us, it wasn't ideal. We want each team to have 1 point instead of one have three. But we know, I mean, we've been in this league for 5 years. We know the regular season is what it is. The games are going to be tight. Anyone can beat anyone on a given day. And I told people last year, Illinois State went 5-0-1, and the only points they dropped were the team that didn't make into the conference tournament. So it's a tight league, and we know that, and we're fortunate enough to get 6 points over our first two games.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll wish you the best of luck the rest of the way out, and keep scoring those goals, especially in the non-conference. It's exciting to watch, and we hope the NCAA stats hang up for people like me so we can continue to see you guys do some good stuff out there. So go up the rest of the way, and we'll talk to you again real soon.
We hope you're bragging about our stats. All right, thanks, Eric.
Thanks so much.